Hi, my name's Kelly Thorne, and I'm a psychologist here in CAPS, and I oversee our counseling and sports psychology program in athletics. Welcome to the class of 2024. We know that you're starting college in a very uncertain time, and we want to make sure that you are aware of support services that are available to you during your time at UVM. So we're going to be talking today a little bit about the counseling services that are available. I'm here with Jennifer Phillips, who is our clinical services coordinator in CAPS. And welcome, Jennifer. Thanks for spending a little bit of time to answer some questions. Appreciate it. So we're just going to jump into some general questions that are pretty common for students coming to college. The first one that I have is, how does a student know if they need counseling?
Well, counseling is an opportunity to take time and space to explore your thoughts, emotions, experiences. It can be useful to talk to a counselor because they can offer a different perspective than when you're speaking to a family member or a friend or a peer. It's just a different way to access support.
What are some reasons why students might seek counseling?
Students utilize counseling support for a variety of reasons. Some examples may be managing anxiety or depressive symptoms, challenges in their relationships, whether that's with family or friends or romantic partners, or perhaps they have concern about academics or feeling uncertain or overwhelmed with the future. All of those are some of the reasons that students would access counseling, and of course, anything else that is going on in your life would also be fair game.
Okay, great. Where is CAPS located?
CAPS has two locations, one on Central Campus in the Jacobs House and one on Redstone Campus within the Wright Residence Hall. Currently, all CAPS services are being provided remotely, virtually. We also have counselors who work closely with our identity centers, the PRISM Center, the Mosaic Center for Students of Color, and the Women and Gender Equity Center. Students can request to meet with one of our embedded counselors if they desire, and varsity student athletes can also be seen in athletics through Catamount Sports Psychology and Counseling.
Okay, great, thank you. How does one go about setting up an appointment? Is there anything specific that students should ask for or tell someone?
So to set up an appointment with CAPS, you begin by contacting our main line at 802-656-3340. The administrative staff will schedule you for a phone triage appointment with one of our counselors. During the phone triage appointment, the counselor will offer you some immediate support around your current concerns, share information about our services, and make recommendations for the best next steps, whether that's a resource through CAPS, another office on campus, or possibly within the community.
Okay. What about students who might already have a counselor in their hometown?
So if you have a counselor at home but are interested in transferring your care to CAPS, one of our counselors can talk to you about what resources you're wanting during a phone triage appointment to ensure that whatever your needs are can be met.
And I know that confidentiality is always a big concern. Will people at school know if students are seeking counseling on campus?
Anything that we talk about at CAPS with students is confidential. We don't share information with anyone else without explicit written permission from the student. There are exceptions to that if we're concerned about imminent risk to the safety of you or somebody else, but we would be talking to you about that if we needed to break confidentiality for any reason.
Okay. What happens at the first appointment?
The first contact with CAPS will be a phone triage appointment. This appointment's designed to give immediate support, gather information about your needs, share information about CAPS resources, and then offer recommendations about the best next steps.
How often do students generally meet with a counselor?
CAPS offers a variety of services and supports, including group and individual counseling support. Most groups meet weekly, and the frequency of individual sessions is individualized based on student needs. CAPS offers 4 to 6 individual sessions for students per semester, if that is best meeting their needs in terms of what their concerns are.
Okay. And does counseling cost anything for students?
CAPS counseling support is covered by the cost of your student health fee, which all students who have full-time status are automatically enrolled to pay.
What if a student wants to change counselors at some point?
We have a variety of counselors with different identities and approaches to counseling support. If you have specific requests related to the provider you meet with, you can discuss that with the triage counselor when you speak to them.
Okay, great. And what about emergencies? What if someone needs to speak with someone right away?
If your concern was an emergency that involved immediate safety, we may encourage you to contact police services or to go to the emergency department at the UVM Medical Center. For concerns that are urgent but not immediately life-threatening, CAPS has on-call counseling available by phone after hours and on the weekends. You can access this by calling our main phone line at 802-656-3340. If you have an urgent concern during the day, you would also call our main line and we would do our best to schedule you to speak to a triage counselor that same day.
Okay. So far we've been talking about seeing counselors on campus through CAPS. What if a student doesn't feel comfortable being seen by somebody on campus? Are there other options?
Yeah, so CAPS can assist students with finding providers in the community to meet their mental health needs, whether that is for individual or group support, or if you're needing a specific modality of care that CAPS doesn't offer.
Okay. And are there some other options that CAPS offers besides individual and group counseling?
Yes, CAPS offers a variety of services and supports. Beyond individual and group counseling, we offer workshops, drop-in Let's Talk appointments, psychiatry, urgent support, case management, outreach, and after-hours support by phone.
I know a lot of times students may be reluctant to seek counseling. Can you talk a little bit about some of the myths about counseling or reasons why students might not seek help?
Sure. Often students are hesitant to share their thoughts and emotions in counseling due to mental health stigma. It can be uncomfortable to be vulnerable, but it's important to remember that this is an opportunity to access support and that rapport with your counselor will develop over time.
Okay, thank you. How do students find out about the workshops or other programs that you mentioned or get involved with those?
Yeah, so information can be found on the CAPS website or other UVM affiliated websites like Living Well or UVM Board.
Okay. So you've answered a lot of the questions that I have off the bat. I'm just curious, anything else that you would want students to know about CAPS that we haven't covered?
Not that I can think of, Kelly. I think you
Okay.
did a pretty good job of covering a lot of the questions that usually come up for students.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to answer some questions. We appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.